Hey, how you doing? In this video, I'm gonna go into the live markets. The New York Stock Exchange will open very soon. It is currently 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So literally at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the New York Stock Exchange will open. There will be the most volume, the banks will open, etc, etc. Okay, if you don't know the deal yet. But I'm gonna be taking a trade in front of you if I find a trade. Recently, these market conditions have started to move pretty nicely. But man, let's get into the markets. I'm gonna take a trade in front of you if I find one, and then after that, I'm gonna do a recap if I take the trade again, and obviously I'm gonna teach the strategy. But man, with that being said, let's get into the video. So I'm looking for the price to go down. I just entered off of this last break of structure. That's a candle closure, confirming that the trend continues. I'm gonna target this as my take profit, this liquidity zone right here below. Oh shit. Nice, bro. I was literally recording a TikTok midway. Bro, that's crazy. Nice, 2K. Now would you look at that, $160. Okay, so essentially this is the beauty. Okay, the last trade that I took was minus 800, and this is my winner, and the win before that was 4,000. What do we see here? Our winners must always outweigh our losses. How do we do that? We risk accordingly in the market conditions, in the right market conditions, in the right trade, etc. Okay, but regardless, this was a nice trade, and also obviously reshort ratio, everything. Okay, this was a nice 1 to 2.3 reshort ratio R multiple. Okay, which resulted me with a nice profit. But enough talking. Let me actually show you how did I take this trade. So when the session opens, okay, 9:30, as you know it, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time every single day, the New York Stock Exchange will open, right? And right here, previously, we've just had an amazing amounts of liquidity swept. What does that mean? Usually, when buy-side liquidity from here, from upside, also there was liquidity taken from here previously, and probably something from here as well. When buy-side liquidity gets taken, what happens? Pressure starts building up to the downside, because these big banks, institutions, they're starting to get happy. They just liquidated a lot of people out from here. Now they want to push the price to the downside, most likely. If it doesn't, then okay, it would have gone up. Okay, but we see the reaction. That's the beauty. That's the most important thing. A lot of the people just enter immediately after liquidity. That's not smart. You need to see how well does the price react from the liquidity. And this time it reacted very, very nicely. Okay, it already took liquidity below from here as well previously, but when I check this, it took liquidity from below and then took the liquidity from above. So this means this is the most recent liquidity. It took from the buy side liquidity afterwards, and then it started to push the price to the downside, which literally resulted us to sell today. Okay, because look at this, we got this amazing push to the downside. A lot of the bankers, everybody's just pushing the price down, and we see the pressure building up. Session opens, we got the volume, as you can see, kind of dead. Session opens, brings the volume in. That's why we need to trade in the session, right? What do we start to see? We start to see our low lows, lower highs, and lower lows, right? I shorted immediately in here at this breakout structure because I already knew that there's so much pressure building up to the downside caused from the liquidity, and we already start to see this low lows, lower highs, and low lows. That's essentially two breakout structures to the downside. Right now, this liquidity happened previously before the session opened, but there wasn't volume, as you can see. But when the session opened, then we see the volume coming in, and then I start to count those two breakout structures, because usually after liquidity, I want to see two breakout structures to the opposite directions. So low breakout structure number one. This is a low low, lower high, low low breakout structure number two. After liquidity, because that's the market structure shift that I've been teaching and using to become profitable. Normally I just follow the trend, and now I could follow the trend, but now there was sales and liquidity taken, so I'm gonna wait. But most likely this is gonna be the last trade for today. Yo man, $2,000 in, I think, maybe 15 minutes. 15 minutes of me waiting at the charge, me literally recording those TikToks at the same time. Man, life is good, man. Life is good. I already went to the gym, not really sure what to do now. Maybe I'm gonna edit a little bit this video a little bit just for fun or something like that. But man, thank you for watching. If you like this video, then make sure to subscribe, like, comment, etc., and follow me on Instagram for more value, because nowadays I've been really starting to post on Instagram because I'm just really bored, you know. As traders, we make money, but you know, it's the freedom, man. I'm blessed and thankful, obviously, but it's like sometimes it gets a little bit boring. That's why I'm posting there as well as in here. So follow me on Instagram. All right, as usual, I will see you on the other side. Peace out.